bait them, steal their pot.
Pot.
I did not think I was going to be making a video about Odo's bucket.
So it's hard for changelings to maintain their non-goo false form, and so they have to rest in a pot, a vase, a receptacle thing.
The Vorta are their sort of servants, right? And then the Jem'Hadar are their warriors, but then there's a planet that's devoted entirely to bucket manufacturing.
They've enslaved an entire separate race we never see just to mint buckets.
I cannot state enough that the reason that the changelings are so stupid because of these buckets is asinine to me. Why would you hide the bucket behind the light fixture? Why would you not simply replicate a bucket, use it, then put it back in the replicator and make it disappear?
They leave behind like residue goo, like residue.
And Odo didn't leave any residue.
They leave behind like residue goo, like residue.
No.
Residue.
When Seven is walking down the hall brazenly carrying this bucket, and the changeling's like, and shoots the wrong person. Doesn't turn and shoot Seven. Instead, shoots the person that they're walking with, not the person looking for a changeling. I mean, I know that that's for the sake of the story. Seven can't die at that moment. But this bucket business is horrifying. I feel like at the end of episode 5, I didn't see any like bucket research in Rose's little details, because she should be just turning over beds, looking for buckets, opening cupboards, you know. I've found 13 buckets. Look at all these buckets I found in these rooms.
Do you produce your buckets in incognito mode in your replicator? Can you get into your replicator settings and turn off, you know, your search history for buckets?
No, these are Dominion buckets, right? They're their buckets.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that.
These buckets came from the Gamma Quadrant. Gamma Quadrant buckets.
Come to Quark's. Quark's is fun. Come right now. Don't walk. Run!
Quark sells them at Deep Space Nine.
Come to Quark's. Quark's is fun.
Buckets. We're talking about buckets.
Buckets, yeah. I just always assumed, you know, Odo's bucket was like a Cardassian bucket that he picked up somewhere along the way, or a Bajoran bucket, and it looked like a traditional Bajoran bucket, but now we know that that's the standard design of all Dominion buckets.
That was shot through the wormhole.
How did you do it?
That bucket was so strong, it went... He said he was found in the Denorius belt. That bucket was strong enough to make it through the wormhole. That's a bucket.
Maybe the prophets just helped it.
They knew. Odo is coming. He's coming in a bucket. We will help his bucket through. This guy's going to save the Great Link later. We need them around so that they can terrorize the Federation 25 years later. So yes, these buckets just make them become, like, revenge-oriented.
If you touch a founder's bucket...
If you touch a founder in the bucket...
When are we going to find a synonym for bucket? When are we going to start talking about pails?
We're talking about buckets. She's looking for a bucket, like they're looking for the bloody uniforms in Star Trek 6. Just like going through, they got the camera moving around.
We're
talking about buckets. Point of view shots. Where is it? Oh, there it is. You get the wide shot, and there it is behind the light fixture, where no one will know. It's a silhouette of a bucket.
I think there is a huge missed opportunity here in that nobody literally kicked the bucket.
Buckets. We're talking about buckets.
Buckets. Star Trek buckets.
Whatever.
Come to Quark's. Quark's much is fun. Come right now, don't walk, run!